like a nice empty tour. This is the entry hallway. I believe they called it the gallery. Not really sure that it's supposed to be called a gallery, but they did put a lot of the armor in here as we went. This is where we get to the fun part. All of the wooden things and the ceiling. They made the right into what would have been the Great Hall, which is about a third of what the Great Hall would have been in those days, because they really had to, they. Oh, let me back up. You've probably heard a lot about this from Heather already, but Agecroft Hall was brought over from England. It is an actual Tudor manor house, brought over brick by a tobacco magnate in the 1920s. And you would think that the name has been embedded in me. And no, I'm terribly sorry. I do not know. But so from the Great Hall, which they have set up to show the rent collection, which would have taken place quarterly, where people would get their wages and receive their money. Um, Fireplace, not a real fire. We're not going to talk about that. Here was
I think
all, with all of that, you've got a nice portrait from the earlier side.
Janet,
The owner, and they actually managed to get this portrait and bring it over to Agecroft Hall, which you got to love.
mhm. Janet, I wonder if you can.
But they have incredible volumes that they've taken.
Now it just keeps going. I think the reception in it. Can she?
Not even a lot of stairs. Who's kidding? Bedroom, um,
Nice.
over there. Continuing on into the ladies'
I think the connection. I wonder if she could switch to Wi-Fi. Oh,
No, I'm sorry, she
yeah.
started and then became, Baron.
I'm gonna write a chat. She might be chat.
I think she can hear you if you talk loud.
Hey, Janet, I wonder if you can connect to the Wi-Fi
Somebody
because you keep cutting out, and I just wonder if you can connect to the Wi-Fi or if you're on cellular. Yeah, she can't hear me.
We tried.
Tried. We tried, but it's cool. It's still cool stuff, Stan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, Tutor Nerd. I don't know who that Tutor Nerd leaves comments for me all the time, and I don't know who they are in real life. Who are you in real life? Do I know you?
Tutor Nerd, give us hints.
and
Make it sound
and I'm
good.
I'm almost at the end of the tour. I'm so sorry. Oh, and then just the gallery upstairs with this and the great hall downstairs. So this is where we were, and that's my thing. I'm so happy that I got to do this.
Oh, thank you, Janet. Some of it went out and wasn't there because of the why or the connection wasn't great. But I'm so glad that you got to that this will go up on my channel. I'll send you a link to put on your channel. Everybody should subscribe to Janet Wertman's YouTube. She's at Too Much Tutor. Too Much Tutor. And she's fantastic. And she gave us this little tour before agecroft. We've just finished up TutorCon. And so before agecroft opened up I'm sitting outside agecroft with my daughter. And she went inside before they opened up to the public. And so yeah, that was super fun. I think her connection kind of was choppy, but whatever. We made it work. And is there anything else you want to say? You're good. Oh, fun. All right. Well, thank you, Janet. Janet's first live. I love that. Janet did a live, and you did it as a joint live. It wasn't just like a live. It was a joint live. So because she did it on we did it as a collaboration, which is so cool. It's this thing that YouTube has
Because I'm an
started offering now.
overachiever.
Oh, cool. Tutor Nerd is a teen who wants to study Renaissance history one day. That's very cool,
Oh, that's
Tutor Nerd.
awesome.
I was a teen who wanted to study Renaissance history one day.
I'm nearly a teen and I want to study some sort of history one day.
Well, Janet, were you a teen who wanted to study Renaissance history one day?
I kind of did, but
Yeah.
it was a lot. I ended up being an economics major, English minor. I had all
Okay.
the credits for an English major, but they didn't give it to me because very long story. But
Okay. All right. Well, hey, if you want to hop off, feel free to hop off. But
I I've been
I
through
know
the
you
house.
have
This was my big. Thank you.
your big live. I love it. And she did it on my show. That's awesome. Bye. Um, bye. So that was Janet didn't have the best connection. Yeah, you can do a tour of the yards, but I guess I just want to say to
No,
the
I mean like the
or of the
courtyard.
courtyard. Yeah. Hannah is going to do a tour of the courtyard.
You're knocking off two of the things you're not supposed to do. Show my face, tell them my name. I'm doing
I
everything.
know. Well, they know your name's
I know.
Hannah. Uh, was that fun? Here comes Janet back out into the courtyard. Was that your second live? Here she comes. I'm still on live, but and there goes David, who's our local arrangements for TutorCon. He's the official local arrangements person. Go back to me. I think this is the first. I think this is the longest I've sat all weekend. Is sitting here doing this. I know.
No, when we were in the hot tub.
Yeah, I did. So I guess that's it. I guess we'll
But I
wrap
wanna
up.
do a little
Oh yeah,
tour.
Hannah wants to do a tour of the courtyard. So
just kind of
Hannah's
walk
gonna
around
hand
so
me
it
her
looks cool.
her rock history. So Hannah's gonna do a tour of the courtyard
Not really,
really
a
quick.
tour, more of a
Just like
look around.
just a look. Yeah, why don't you just go over there and maybe go to the garden and and then come back?
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna eat your rock candy.
No.
No, I won't. Okay.
Okay.
Do you want to switch the camera?
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Hi everyone, I'm Hannah here. This is where Janet was just in. That was like the main entryway. This was like the Great Hall right here, this first floor. That up there was the main rooms. Here is a little Juliet balcony, they call it, because it looks out on this beautiful courtyard. And yeah, up behind me and here is the library. This was Betty's library, I think her name was. She was the wife of the owner who brought it over from England. No, it's on the other side. But there's a window that we call the Shakespeare window. It is the twin of that one right there, and it is on the other side, and it is a super old window. It came from the original house in England and is totally untouched when it came over by ship. And yeah, I'll show that when I get over there. But this library was where Betty, we're just gonna call her Betty, would have hosted. And she has a little staircase. There's my dad. There's a little staircase that goes up to it. I don't think I can go on it, but I can show you. This little staircase goes up to the library, and this is where guests would have come up. They would come through this courtyard and that little gate, and then come up the staircase. And then here is the Shakespeare window that I was talking about. Yeah. It's one of the oldest windows, and it has the original like support system and stuff. And here's the actual Great Hall that Janet was talking about. And here's one of the many doors to the house. Here's our awesome gates and our tiny little door. Tiny little door. This is like shoulder height for me, and I'm not very tall, but relatively tall. And it's tiny. Anyway, giant doors though. Here's the gift shop. I don't know what it originally would have been in the house, but here, the little model kitchen. I don't really know much about Tudor, so I'm just good kitchen stuff. Got pots and pans and a fireplace. So yeah, cool stuff. Y'all probably know more about it and appreciate it more, but yeah, still cool. Um, and so that's the one courtyard. And then pumpkins, because it's fall. There they are gossiping. And then this courtyard enters into the gardens right back there. And should I do a little tour of the gardens? Hey, David, should I do a little tour of the gardens? Okay, I'm gonna do a tour of the gardens. I'll show you the other courtyard and terrace first, though. Got pretty flowers. Thanks, David. More pumpkins. Here is the door to the exhibition. Here, I'm gonna see if I can get in. It might be locked. Anyway, yeah, it's locked. But in there, there's a little replica model thing of the original house, what it would have looked like. And it was a giant house and one of the original stained glass windows. Here's the overlook onto the garden. Super pretty. Nice little courtyard over here. This looks into the living room area. And that's the dress in this window right here. Don't mind my band-aid, my finger is not actually pink. And here's our pretty terrace. There's people setting up, so I'll just stand here. Anyway, it's normally a pretty view, but there's stuff going on. And then it's a pretty overlook onto the river down there through the trees. You can't really see it very well. Kind of just straight ahead. And there's some benches down there by that big dead thing. So yeah, the garden goes all the way down there. So yeah, do a little quick walk through the garden. Here's a little side path. And I'm kind of skipping the main pretty part of the garden, but I'll get there when we come back. There's a better view of the river. And then there's a little building thing down here. There's one on both of the corners. There's one over there through the bushes too. And on the other side of the main gardens, there's a little building thing there, just kind of like an arch fun thing. And then here's our little building thing in here. feel so stupid just calling it a building. Y'all probably know what it is. Anyways, cute little thing. Oh, it's echoey. That's fun. And then down here, we have our beautiful garden. All the flowers. Spacious. There's the house back there. Super pretty. And then back down this way is where the benches are. Here's the other side of the garden, walking back up. And down here, there's another little chunk of the garden. It's super pretty. I, personally, like this part better. But I feel like it's more, like, planty. It looks more natural. I don't really know. Got cool little steps, circle steps. So we have this. Here, sorry, it's bright. I have all the cool plants, benches, cool shapes. More pumpkins because it's fall. Then down this little mysterious gravel path that if I was in a horror movie, I would not take. We go down to that little seating area I was showing before. And we also go back up to the walkways. I probably could have gone that way. You know, we like the long way here. There's a cute little standalone bench looking out on the pretty garden. We got some fake fruits. Here's another chunk of the garden. And, okay, it's fine. Yeah, pretty land. There's a river down there in that open patch. Got our pretty gardens. A walkway. Here's another view of that building. Got more pretty flowers. Don't know if they're planted or natural. Who really cares? So yeah, that's agecroft for you. So yeah, do you think I should give the phone back to my mother? Or should I just turn this off? Oh, I'm back in the echoey room. Do a little walk around. Oh, there's a cool thing in the house. One of the window panes, one of the little tiny diamonds, it like broke or something. And the owner at the time, when he replaced it, he carved his name in it. And it's a really cool little Easter egg. If you guys ever visit here, it's in the ladies' room. That's the second bedroom. And yeah, it's really hard to see, but then once you see it, it's like so cool. So yeah, I'll see if anybody has a picture of it. Ooh, there's one more chunk of the gardens, or kind of garden-y. There's a little path going down there to farther down. Here's our terrace from the bottom. This is where we were set up for TutorCon. We got more pumpkins because it's fall. Got another building down there. Probably just another house. You never know. You never know what it might be. We got a little maze. And then here, there's a little pathway that I was talking about. So we got a bench, a little waterfall thingy with a naked baby. No, he's got clothes on. And we have more little plants and benches and trees. We got this little cool stuff. And then here is the back entrance for TutorCon. This chunk right here up there is where the bands performed. And down here we have all these pretty flowers. Aren't they so pretty? They're so pretty. We got a little secret hideout in the trees. I would love that when I was a kid. Well, I am still a kid. When I was a younger kid. I think I'm interrupting pictures. We're gonna just come through here if that's okay. Thank you. Okay. So you're looking at the floor there for a sec. Got cool little rocks, and then like a little outlook weird thing. It's kind of chunks of brick. Kind of weird, but also kind of cool. Like, hey, there's some brick. Wonder what that is. um, Here's the little walkway, and this goes up to the main entrance. We got a little secret thing in here. I'm not gonna go in because this is usually closed, but there's that. More pretty flowers. Cool little tree that I loved when we first came here. Can't really see it. It's way cooler in person. Here's the secret back entrance to the Williams room where we did our meetings and stuff. And we are back at the entrance of agecroft. And Mom and Janet are still gossiping. Here we are again. There they are back there in that corner. Anyway, there's people again. Hey, I'm back.
Do we end it? Okay. That's cool. Cool. Tutor Nerd is still there. Hey, Tutor Nerd. So I have a story for you, Tutor Nerd, about being a teen who wants to study Renaissance history. Really quick. So I was, well, it won't be really quick because none of my stories are, and also I'm really wired right now. But I was a teen who wanted to study history, and this is part of why made last night was so moving. So when I was a junior in high school, I went on a choir trip to Germany, and I bought a tape, because that's how old I am, of Renaissance lute music, and I played it on my Walkman. And that my senior year of high school was the first year that my parents were fully separated, and because my mom left the spring of when I was a junior. And that was a really hard time as an only child. And I remember I used to cut school a lot that year because I really enjoyed being at home because finally my house was peaceful because my mom had left. And maybe my mom's watching. Sorry, Mom, if you are. But our house was really finally peaceful and there wasn't yelling and it just felt calm and it was me and the dog. And I used to cut school a lot. And everybody at my school, all the teachers, I went to a small school. I think everybody kind of knew what was going on and they let me because I had got good grades. But I remember these afternoons and mornings because my dad was at work. My dad didn't know I cut school so much. So, hey, parents, guess what? I cut school like half of my senior year. But I would actually just do my homework and I would play this Renaissance lute tape that I'd gotten in Germany. And I would hang out with the dog and I would do my homework and I was doing independent AP history courses. And I just remember like I would have this Renaissance lute music while I was reading Machiavelli and our house was so peaceful and so calm. And I thought, this is what I want to do. I want to like listen to Renaissance lute music always and be in a peaceful, calm place. And like, it's really this like, it was like the first time that I was like deeply, deeply happy. And it was just like last night listening to that concert and then Ron McFarlane played my podcast intro song. I was just like, like life, like that was like over 30 years ago that I was that nerd, like hoping that, I don't know, things would get better and life would be figured out and I would do it. And like Renaissance lute music helped me through that. And then he played my song last night and I was just like, wow. So the point is, Tutor Nerd, that if you're a teen who wants to study Renaissance history, you should do that. And you never know where it's going to take you and you don't know what the path is going to be and you don't know what it's going to look like. And all of us have very long and winding roads and life is long and winding and you don't know what it's going to look like. And then in 30 years, you might have TutorCon, who knows? Like, and maybe, right?
Yeah.
You can collab with me when I take over.
Oh, yeah. So we'll end this live on that deep thought, deep personal share from Heather. Because I really should help. Everybody's walking past, taking trash out and loading up the car. And I'm just like, I'm just hanging. I'm talking to Janet. So I should help them with that. And also I want to get some food before it's all gone. So, all right. Goodbye, people. Goodbye. I'm going to hang up. Goodbye. Sorry, Mom, if you're watching and that like was sad, but
Wait, what is tutor say?
Wait, oh, that is so cool. I'm homeschooled. I often listen to medieval music while doing schoolwork. See?
Nice.
Very cool.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Tutor Nerd, we love you. Tutor Nerd, if you ever have any once you get into college and if you study history, if you ever want to come talk at TutorCon or do a presentation or something, let me know because we would love to feature more students and stuff. So if your parents homeschool you, maybe if you would like to do something, honestly, have your parents reach out to me.
And if you're not on the older end of teen, I'm quite friendly.
No, okay. Yeah, she's okay. But honestly, if you would ever like to do something with TutorCon, have your parents or your guardian, whoever it is that homeschools you, reach out to me and we could maybe do something because that would be super fun. You could be like an intern or something. I don't know. I'm just spitballing right now. But we could do something. So just have
Never
them-
say no to Heather. Ever.
Good life advice.
Yeah, right. Hannah, you need to take that life. My daughter needs to take that life advice. Never say no to your mom.
No, but I mean,
Oh.
I'm a miniature you, so then that in turn gives me the thing, so then you have to never say no to me.
Her logic.
I have good logic.
Good. She is good.
So we will say goodbye from beautiful Agecroft Hall, and we'll all talk to you later sometime on the flip side. I'm gonna sleep so long tonight. Okay. Goodbye. Say bye, Janet.
Bye.
All right. Bye. Stop and